Yeah, ZLM Tour 2009. That was won it 2 times, but in 2009 was the first time, and that was kind of I just turned amateur, and it's dog eat dog at that stage of your career, and yeah, to win that with it being a Nations Cup, which is one of the biggest races there was at the time, was certainly a massive confidence boost. Just to an amateur and be able to perform at that level and win was pretty special. I also remember I beat Elia Viviani, which is a bit of bragging rights. Things have changed now. He's kind of stepped up and puts me away quite easily, but yeah, I still got that one over him. I turned pro for Team Sky in 2012. That was my first year pro, and been with them ever since. And I signed in the summer of 2011, and just to put pen to paper and know I'd finally achieved the goal of turning professional, but not only turning pro, but with what was my opinion was the favourite team, and the team that I'd have chosen was pretty special. Brad had just won the Tour. Cav was in the World Champs jersey, and it's a race I'll never really forget. We just had such a good bunch of guys. Bernie was there, Jez, Hunt, Neasy, and I remember just like being a bit starstruck, coming in. Although I was teammates with them, but to go into a race and be there with all the guys, it was kind of surreal feeling, and it was just. The thing I remember about that race is not winning a stage, it's more just the banter and the camaraderie we had between all the guys. But I only really won the stage because everyone else kind of crashed. We're leading Cav out, and I think there was a few kamikaze moves on one of the last bends, and everyone else crashed, and it was there for the taking, so I'll have it. First year I rode Roubaix was 2013, and it was kind of the classics. They inspire me. I think everyone kind of knows it's where my heart lies, but Roubaix in particular, it's a race I've grown up loving. So to get the ticket I was going to ride for the first time in 2013 was pretty special, and just to be there was such a buzz. I remember the very first section, we hit it 500 metres into it, Ian Stannard punctured, so I had to give him a wheel straight away, and that was kind of my race over. But it was just more about finishing. So I was last man, and I had to battle through and finish, and got to the velodrome, which was an incredible feeling. Then my first Grand Tour was Vuelta a España 2013. Unfortunately I didn't finish that year, and stage 16 I had to pull out. I was sick as a dog. I think it was a bit out of my depth that year, to be honest. It was a step too far, and on this stage in particular, I got in a breakaway, which was not the smartest move. The DS has said, it's a bit of a flat day, it's guaranteed to come together for the finish, just take it easy. And I went gallivanting off and got in a breakaway and kind of cooked my goose, but you know what they say, young and dumb and full of ambition. So yeah, Roubaix 2015, finished in 8th place, and this is a picture after the race from inside the velodrome. And that was kind of I guess a bit of a breakthrough ride, really. I kind of spent the first few years pro just purely being a domestique and putting it on the line for the rest of the boys. And it was no change in this race, really. We were working for Brad, and I helped Brad as much as I could, supported him. And coming into the final, it just happened that I got into a bit of a group and stayed away to the final. And there was 7 guys up the road. They obviously took the first 7 places, and I was next behind that. So that was. Like I said before, Roubaix is a race I love and admire, so to finish in the top 10 was kind of, for me, definitely a breakthrough ride, and certainly another special moment in my career. If you can start to consistently become top 10, then there's no reason you can't win the race. That being said, 8th to 1st is a massive leap. It's not just, I'm a long way from that. But certainly it gives you the confidence to year on year improve, and let's be ambitious. Let's not say why not 1 year win it. There's no point saying 1 year I want to get top 5 or my ambition is to get 3rd. Of course you want to try and win the race, but it's certainly a long way to go. But it's something I think about most days on the bike, and it's where my passion lies. To go there with that bunch of lads and come away through me doing the business and win the yellow jersey was just pretty amazing. Something I'll never forget is you got certain milestones in your life and your career, and one of them was certainly being able to wear a little flash of yellow and to replicate being part of that winning team and pulling onto the Champs-Élysées is just something, gives you goose pimples thinking about it now. It's one of them kind of moments in your career, but epic 3 weeks and loved it. ParisRoubaix 2016, what a day. everything was going so well, perfect all day. It's a race that I'd prepared for, and you know, I just love that race. It's just cycling for me. I love it, and it was going so well. You know, there was a split. It was, you know, it was caused by a crash, but essentially it was in the front, so I missed it. And you know, perfect position. Everything was amazing. And then old mate Gianni Moscon wiped me out on a cobble section. He slid out. At the time, I could have hit him, but well, I did hit him. I nailed him. But that's bike racing. You know, he was doing a great job. He was, you know, he was trying to help us, and he slid out, went over the top, did a bit of a commando roll, broke a rib. I later found out, but yeah, got back on, managed to help Stannard as much as I could. And at that point, there was only like 10 guys left, you know, and it kind of split into 5 and 5, and I was in the second 5, and I punctured and blah blah blah. You know, I mean, Roubaix is a race that everyone's got a story how it could have gone better, but for me, it was kind of it just frustrates you, you know. My legs felt good, I was in a good position, and then just to have a silly little tumble and then a puncture, kind of that's Roubaix. That's what makes the race so special, is that it's so unpredictable. It can happen to anyone at any time, and you just got to live and learn and hope next year it doesn't happen. So yeah, Flanders 2016, finished 5th place. I think it was another, essentially one of the best rides in my career personally. You know, you can say it's not a podium or a win, but I think 5th in Flanders is no mean feat, so I was, you know, pretty chuffed with that, to be honest. And yeah, there's 2 photos. One is just on the sign-in, and the guy I'm actually high-fiving has been, he's kind of typical old Belgian dog, you know, loves cycling, but he was supporting me when I was junior over there. He'd always come to watch the races, and it's kind of every race I go to, him and his family are always there, and got quite a good relationship with them, so I'm giving him a high five before the start. And then second photo was a few hours later in the Hurt Locker. I think we got Christoph and Lars Boom just behind, and there was 3 guys went away and stayed away. I think they were the 3 strongest in the race, couldn't really do anything about that. And then there was around 8-10 guys behind. Christoph won the sprint, and I finished second to finish 5th. So yeah, I mean, that was you know, a great result for me. But you know, hopefully, like I said, with Roubaix, year on year, I hope to, you know, I'm happy with it, but I'm not satisfied with it. I want to keep pushing forward, and you know, hopefully one day podium, win, why not, you know. Yeah, Tour de France 2016. So there's 2 photos. The first one is, I think this is the windy stage. It was kind of just about to split. The stage where Froome, G, Sagan, a couple of other boys went away, Bodnar. And this was just before it was splitting, and this year I was Rowe captain, so I'm probably screaming down the radio, "Get ready boys, we're about to go in the gutter," or something along those lines. But yeah, that was that stage in particular was so stressful. It was carnage, and it was the type of wind where it wasn't quite enough to split it for the first section of the race, but it was enough wind to make it stressful. So yeah, that was a day I don't look back with much fond memories, but yeah, that's the Tour. And then the second one obviously is stage 21, heading to Paris. You know, traditionally you have your champagne, but we thought, you know, being British, we'd spice it up a bit and crack open the left blonde. So that was a nice little touch, until I think actually Sergio started that off the dark horse. He started to spray them round, put his finger over the top. You know, you wouldn't expect it from the quiet Colombian, but yeah, genuinely, them 9 guys got on like a house on fire. You know, I think just a top bunch of guys, and you know, people seem to think Tour de France, loads of stress, you can't enjoy it, but I think as the race went on, we just got like more and more confident, and you know, just thrived off the competition, and just got on like a house on fire. And it was, looking back, it was genuinely a great 3 weeks on the road with a good bunch of lads. But yeah, just to go there with Froome and do the business, and Froome to win another Grand Tour in the yellow jersey, and rolling on to Paris, seeing your family, friends that you haven't seen for 3 weeks. It's just yeah, another special moment in my career. I think if yeah, I've gone through a few photos here, and if I could sit here at the end of the career and just add one more photo, it would probably be me with a cobblestone. I mean, again, it's pretty, some people might view that and think cocky little bugger, but I think you've got to aim big, and you've got to, you know, it's a dream, it's an ambition. Obviously, the amount of people who my age say they want to do it, and younger say they want to do it, and it's just a massive race. But yeah, I mean, you got to dream big, and I think if one day, if you said your career ends in 10 years' time and the only thing you'll achieve between now and then is to win Roubaix, I'd take it, genuinely. So yeah, I'd like to add that one day, but it's a big old task. We'll see what we can do.